Hello, guys. Hello. Welcome to RGS Real Girl Story Podcast. I am your host, Tay. It's been a minute since I've been on here, and so you would think I forgot how to do this, but nope, I didn't. I wanted to start off by saying I missed you guys. It's been a lot going on. It's been a lot going on these last 2.5, almost 3 years dealing with COVID the killer. Um, so I said maybe about 7 months ago, I came on here for a minute and I said I was going to talk about what I was going through on the next visit. This is the visit. And so I'm going to just briefly tell you what I've been going through and probably come on here a couple of times out the week just to keep myself updated as well as updating you guys with everything. But um, I stopped doing interviews like in 2020. Um, I didn't let anybody come to the studio. Um, I think I did a couple of them on Zoom, but for the most part, I had stopped. Um, I stopped recording because I had lost a very best friend during COVID, and so it was. I'm still going through it, but I said I was going to get back on, and I wanted to continue, and I still do, and I am, but I wanted to just kind of give myself that little wiggle room of getting myself back together. Oh boy, it's almost been 8 months, but 8 months ago, May 8th, 2021, I lost my mother. When I say that was the hardest pill I had to swallow, it was the hardest pill I had to swallow. I'm still going through it. It's things that I feel like I need to talk about just to kind of get it off my chest. Um, and maybe during this process, maybe it's other people that can relate and we all just kind of support one another. But my mom, let's just start off by saying me and my mother had like the best relationship, the closest relationship. And I am blessed and I am very grateful for having my mom for 50 years. I had her for 50 years. So I'm very, very grateful. Um, but my mom she wasn't like this sick person. She was taking insulin, um, little pills, I guess, for blood pressure, things of that nature. But my mom was not sick. And so she had lived in the house with my sisters and nieces and nephews. It was probably like 9 of them, 8 or 9 of them, and they all had COVID. Down to my little bitty niece, she was 3. So they all had COVID, and my mom, from what I remember my sister saying, my mother wasn't feeling that well, and I would always call her wanting to go over there, and she said, "No, don't come over here. We're all sick." They never tested at that point, but they all knew that they had something. So she told me, no, don't come. And it kind of did something to me because I'm used to seeing my mother. So I listened, and there was like things where if it was something they need, they had this chair on the porch, we put it on a chair, put it in the mailbox, whatever they needed, because it was all of them and they were all really sick. So this particular day, I think my sister said my mom had called somebody, and because all of them was weak, it probably took them a little bit longer to get to one another. So my mom had passed out. I think they said once or twice, and when she came back to, she wanted some orange juice. I guess to just that sweetness of orange juice kind of helped her because her sugar probably was low as well. But my my sister called the EMS and they took my mom to the hospital. She was still non-responsive. Excuse me. When they took her, and they told us like it was probably 11:30, 12 o'clock midnight, that they'd have some news for us around 4 in the morning. Well, around 4 in the morning, they had some news. They said she did have COVID. Remember, I said none of them tested, but they all assumed that they had COVID. So they said she was dehydrated, and that's why she had passed out. So I think my mom was in there maybe about a week and a couple of days. So from my knowledge, my little sister was taking on a lot. And so she was waiting on them, the doctors, to call. Um, and they was just taking their own sweet little time. So I called. I wanted some information about my mom. And they were being kind of evasive. I was asking if I can like recite some scriptures to her. They said no. We have other patients. We can't sit here and hold no phone. I said, oh, okay. I said, well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pray for you guys too, because I know you're short staffed. I know you're angry, but I'm going to pray for you guys. That was that. So my mom was saying she was scheduled to come home the following day, and a new doctor came in there, one that she did not know. He was not seeing my mom. So he came in there. And this is all what I've heard. So I'm only saying what I heard. And what I heard, wasn't that good. So she was talking to Maurice. She was talking to my auntie. And the doctor came in and supposedly had told her that she wasn't going home because she was scheduled to go home that following day. And she said no. And if y'all know my mom, she was a cursor. She said, yes, I am. I'm going home. He said, no. You're having a problem breathing. If she's talking like I'm talking and saying no, she's going home, she ain't have a problem with breathing. But it was said that she told my auntie to call my sister and have her to call her at the hospital. She called and she told my little sister to go to the bank and get a few dollars out, go get some gym shoes and a tracksuit and meet her downstairs in an hour or two. And if she don't, she knows she's not leaving the hospital. Well, until I get other information, they overpowered my mother because she said she did not want none of that. She wanted to go home. And they overpowered my mom. sedated my mother and put her on that vent anyway, which was against her will. And so I have a problem with this particular hospital. This hospital is St. John's on 12 Mile in Hoover. A lot of people complaining about this particular hospital. Lots. But at the end of the day, we can complain, but no one's doing anything. And some of us need to do something, because what happened to my mother happened to a lot of people out here, family members. And that particular hospital just keep coming up. St. John on 12 Mile Hoover. And so, yeah, my mom ended up being on this vent, and she had all these tubes, everything in the mouth, everything. They wouldn't let us see her or talk to her on the iPad. But it was this one lady. She was really, really, really nice. I don't know if it was the timing that she came in late at night, but she came in at night, and I just remember setting my clock because she would let us see and talk with my mom. Just let her hear our voices. And I can remember that. I can also remember her saying, I don't know what they do to her during the day, but she's very relaxed when I'm here at night. She's comfortable, she's resting, she's good, but it's something that they're doing to her during the daytime. So I called up there one day, and I don't want to say the man's name, but mm, mm, mm. So I asked the guy. I said, "How's my mom? How is she doing?" He said, "Oh, she's fighting up against the machine." They kept on talking. I was like, "Oh, okay. How you fight up against the machine?" And so he said she just kept trying to take it off, and I said, "Oh, are you talking about the machine?" She said she didn't want. Because if a person is trying to breathe and they know they need it, she wouldn't be trying to take it off. So he thought I was getting smart. Well, I was just telling you what was going on. He said, he got to talking real fast, saying some other stuff. She was fighting up against the machine. She didn't want us to do anything to her. She didn't want us to turn her. And then she fell out the bed, and then she did. I said, wait, rewind. Go back. I said, she what? He said she fell out the bed. Now, if they on tubes and got all these things going on, machines on, aren't the rails supposed to be up? At least that's what I thought. So he told me my mom fell. And then speaking with my sister, she fell again on another occasion. Um, it's a lot going on. Like I haven't really been able to get a lot of the stuff that has happened to my mother out of my mind. But I will say that that was the longest I've ever went without seeing my mom. A little week and a half out of all my years of being here. And I was upset because of the things that they were doing. You knew we couldn't go into the hospitals. My mom died alone. didn't really get a chance to say goodbye because my mother was not ill to that degree. And so I found myself being real angry with the hospital. And I was able to go see my mom at the funeral home because I didn't get to see my mother. I didn't see her. So before they did anything to her, I was able to go see her. And all I know is that I seen distress all in my mom's face. There's a lot of stuff going on that I know for a fact that the hospital killed my mom. Um, and because of how, and I've talked to some attorneys and some big attorneys, and I know them personally, and so they were giving me the accurate information. They actually told me that that was a negligence case, but these doctors also know that the way that COVID came and the way that it's going to go, nobody knows. So if they kill you and put COVID on the death certificate, they got away with murder. They got away with murder. That's how I feel. That's what I know. And so this just been a hard ride. Trying to let go of someone that you had all your life. But for the most part, I finally got like this hard cry out. Maybe 3 days ago, I got this real hard cry out. I went to sleep about 6 o'clock p.m. and I woke up the following day, like about 12 noon, 12:30ish. And I play lotteries. Me and my mom, we used to play lotteries and talk about the numbers, and people laugh at us because every number fell. We knew. I played that one. I did too. So I went and I played her birthday, 912, but I put a 0 on it. Played it like 15 times. But I went home after crying so hard and I just went to sleep. Just went to sleep. And it was like a relief. That's why I was able to sleep, because I haven't been sleeping. And her birthday fell. But in the 3-digit, 912 straight. If it would have been a 0, I'd have hit it all those times. Anywho, but it fell, and I didn't get mad like, dang, Ma, I didn't play that, or I got up later and I didn't say any of that. I look back at my baby's picture. This is the picture I looked at in my room. I look back at her picture, and all I can say was, thank you. I feel you. And she wanted to let me know she's okay, and I needed her to know that I was okay. And it seemed like from that point, I'm not really crying like I was when I look at her or talk to her. I mean, everybody that knows me know how me and my mom was, but you mentioned her name, I was gone. But I know she's okay. I know she's home with her dad, and I know one day I'll see her again. In the meantime, these are all the things I've just been experiencing. Like, I lost my best friend of 40 years. One of her patients gave her COVID. April 2020. So she died a year before my mom. So I said I can't talk to my bestie anymore about my mom. I can't talk to my mom about my bestie because both, they left me. They gone. So I'm now seeing a grief counselor, and I plan on just to get my feet wet again. Try to come on here every day. If it's just for 5 minutes to let you guys know the process or how I'm doing or what is it that I'm doing to, ease some of my pain. If I can help you, I will. You might be able to give me stories that I can read on in the comment section or something of that nature that can help me. I mean, we're all in this together. Because right now, we in this world where, to use my language, but some of these fools don't want to wear masks. It doesn't matter if you had COVID or not. It doesn't matter if you had the shots. Still wear your mask. There's a lot going on, and I'm not saying it. I don't live in fear, but we are covered, and we're covered in the blood, and that's good enough for me. But I'm going to get off. I just wanted to get on here and say something. It's the beginning of the year. I was going to try and get on the end of the year, but I couldn't make it. So I didn't want to go downstairs where my little studio is at. So I'm in my office, and it's right next to my room. So walking past here, I was like, okay, I can get on there and say one or two little words. And just every day, just let it get easier for me to get on here and talk. So this is what I like. I was able to get a little bit off my chest. I didn't say everything. I didn't go into everything, just a little bit. And that kind of helped me a lot. It really did. So we're going to work this little grieving journey out, and so I can get back to work. In the meantime, I started somewhere, right? I got on here and started somewhere, and I didn't cry. I want to. Eyes got a little teary, but I didn't cry. So I will be back. And again, every day is a process. Just gonna do it slowly. I'm just gonna literally take my time. Take my time. So when I get back on here, it will be things that we can all talk about. I have some topics. I might even have some guests. I have a lot of friends/family members that's going through it also. So we're all like going to do a session and a laughing session at that. Laughing about and with our loved ones and the ones that expired. Just all the fun we all had with them and everything. So we're putting that in the makings. And then maybe you guys will be able to comment and share, just hit that like button. Because we're going to get this together and we are going to do it together. Okay? So thanks for listening. Couldn't do nothing else, huh? Oh, I'm silly, y'all. Just so you know. But thank you for making it comfortable for me to come on here and talk about it at this time. So, again, Like, share, comment. I'm back. This is what my mom always wanted me to do, and she loved it when I was doing it. And so, yeah, I'm back. So, again, RGS, Real Girl Stories, and we do have them. So, see you soon.